does he get those wonderful toys?
Hi guys, welcome to another video from myself, and quite something a little bit different today. So the long and short of this, reason for this episode I guess, is that my mum and dad actually recently moved house, and my mum had said to me that there was a box of stuff that belonged to me, and this was during the lockdown last year. I never bothered going round to collect it. So I think originally there was a couple of boxes, and what she did was she just basically mashed them all into one box. So I've got a box of what I think is, I'm pretty sure is my toys from the 1980s and 90s, and I was just going to go through it because I haven't seen a lot of these toys in a very long time, probably 20 odd years, maybe more than that actually. So yeah, I'm going to open up this box of toys that I've got. But yeah, let's just crack it open and see what we've got. I thought it would be fun. So this is a trip back through memory lane for me. It wasn't stored like this originally. There would have been a couple of cardboard boxes and my mum had just kind of amalgamated into the one box. So let's see what we've got. Random car or truck, slightly broken. I wouldn't expect any of this stuff to be in great condition, to be honest with you, because it's really old, and all my stuff from my childhood is really played with. These cars, I think, came with Shell petrol at one point, and I think I remember saving up for these, or my dad saving up for these. So yeah, got a good selection of cars. This one right here, this was, I think it's a Porsche 959, was my favourite car back then, and that was my dream car that I wanted when I was older, but I've yet to get that car. What's this? A random truck by Buddy, tied to a shoelace for some reason. Must have dragged that along behind me at one point. Random animals. Got a giraffe. Got a grizzly bear by the looks of it. Yeah, so this bit here this is Masters of the Universe stuff. So which is very topical these days, I'd imagine. So I remember this guy, I think his name is Rattler. He was part of the snake men, the snake people. I remember being a bit obsessed with that at the time. There's another guy. Or maybe he was Rattler actually, because he rattles. So yeah, that makes sense. There's a little button you press under his tail, makes his head pop out. King Hiss himself seems to be minus his arm and seems to have another figure's arm on there. Maybe we'll find the pieces for King Hiss. This is, I think his name was Stondar, the Lord of the Rocks. It's funny how these names stay with you. And definitely know that this is Roboto from the, having recently watched the new series where I think he gets destroyed in that actually from memory. But yeah, it's quite cool, his wee visor goes up and down. A lot of Masters of the Universe so far. Not sure who she is. Not a clue. Can't remember the name. Maybe from She-Ra. Not sure. Let's see a name anywhere, does it? No, that would be too easy. I don't know. Maybe from She-Ra. Maybe my sisters. I don't know. Got some. Just going to say, drop that. Got some boglins in here. Mini boglins. Used to collect these guys. Yep. More boglins. This is one of the Masters of the Universe toys I owned back in the day, and I think it was like he stood a figure on this thing here, and he shot at it with another figure wearing this thing, and the kind of light, it was just a torch basically, and it would shine through here, and it would make this little trap door come up and kind of knock the figure off there, so it'd be like the one figure was shooting another one. Yeah, no idea if that stuff still works. It looks pretty poor condition though, in all fairness. I've got Skeletor's cat, big cat, I think his name's Panther, and yeah, that looks in nice condition. I think I actually had that out in my room in the early 2000s. This guy's called Montana, his eyes pop out. And what else? Mossman, the original Mossman from He-Man. I wonder if he still smells. He still smells alright, just doesn't smell very nice. What else have we got? Oh, there's his sister figure, I guess, who never appeared in any of the the movies or the cartoons. Stinkor. Yeah. Stinker still stinks. Very faint now, but yeah, it still definitely stinks alright. Some of this stuff is Star Wars stuff, so this is, what's his name again? I can't remember. What his name is, the band from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Got a random stormtrooper. Ewoks. Can't remember this guy's name. Back in the day, my dad had a knack for finding the characters that were, you know, the characters that nobody wanted. There is another Ewok. I don't know, I seem to, there's this guy, the crying guy who cries in Return of the Jedi, fat guy, and my dad must have liked him quite a lot because I seem to have 2 copies of him for some reason. So yeah, that's 2 copies of the figure that nobody wanted. Luke Skywalker with a bit of a damaged nose, but never mind. Han Solo, yep, paint bit flaked on him, but still decent. Another Masters of the Universe one, and this was a water shooting toy. So you put water in the top of his head under this little section here, and it kind of sprayed out like a mist thing, light mist. Maybe Cobra was his name or something like that, I can't remember, but I think he was one of the snake men as well. What's next? This is a pilot, I think, from Star Wars. And it's not Beastman, it's, I think his name's Grizzlor, and I think he's actually from the Horde or She-Ra. Seem to have another Montana in here. I think when, you know, Star Wars became, when He-Man started going out of fashion and it started all becoming about the Turtles, I still kept up with the He-Man stuff, I still liked that, so my parents still tried to find me stuff and increasingly brought home stuff I already had because that was all they could find basically. So 2 Montanas. This is Skeletor. I don't know what edition of Skeletor it is, some kind of special Skeletor, maybe dragon armor or something like that. This is another member of the band from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. I've got the man here himself, the Emperor. Oh, look! There it is. There's the little piano thing that he used to play. For some reason, I think his name's Max Revo. Not sure. It's Hordak from Masters of the Universe. Again, it got a bit blood during this time about whether or not Hordak was exclusively for She-Ra or He-Man or not, but you know, I seem to remember not minding getting a bit of both. Oh, we've got a original Ghostbuster here. This is Ray from the Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters figures. Yeah, I think this might be the only Ghostbusters toy I actually have. See if we can put his little proton pack back on him, but it's not easy one-handed. And yeah, they've released these figures again, I think, recently. So yeah, interesting. Maybe this time we'll be able to get them all. It's a very discoloured looking Tauntaun from Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I don't know why it's that colour, but you know, its age has not been kind to this Tauntaun, that's for sure. Maybe it would clean up, I'm not sure. Let's see what's next. This is some kind of, let's say below, monster in my pocket maybe? Yeah, that's what these are. These are monsters in my pocket. Remember these guys? I think I collected these from something. Quite interesting little figures. Surprised to see that the rubber's still intact on them. This guy I do remember. I used to love this guy. Modilok, I think his name is. And what you could do with this guy is build your own kind of figure using all the legs and arms. They all come off and you stick them all together in bizarre combinations and make funny things, but usually what it ends up with is basically a legs, a middle piece and a head on top of it, so you end up with a one-headed, three-legged creature. But yeah, that's a great little toy. And this over here was his kind of robot style version of the toy. Can't remember the name of it, but it was this was actually one of my favourites back in the day, I think. For some reason I want to say he's called Multi-Bot or something like that. But yeah, it's a cool toy. Again, modular, the pieces interchanged with Modilok, so you could attach Modilok pieces to that Multi-Bot thing. What's next? A random paratrooper minus his parachute. He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. And not sure again what version of He-Man this is, but I think this goes with it. Maybe Battle Armor He-Man or something like that it was called. Remember these? Comic Relief False Noses. And this must be a later one because I don't think they only put hands on there a bit later. What's this? This is a Transformer. This is, I'm not sure of the name of the Transformer, but it's too difficult to do one-handed unfortunately, but it's a Decepticon model. And yeah, that's a cool little Transformer. Didn't have many Transformers, I don't think. A random looking old-fashioned car. Another one of these petrol station cars, as I used to call them. I think this here is the shell for that robot, so I think that robot actually went inside. Yeah, it's all in here. Yeah, the shell, the robot went inside here, and you could kind of transform it into a robot, I guess. This is another Masters of the Universe one, another Horde figure. Leech, I think his name is, and he sticks to things with that big pair of lips that he's got. What's this? Oasis, what's the story, Morning Glory? And do not use this site, it is fucked. Yeah, so Set's made it into there. Who's next? Another Star Wars figure, can't remember his name. Another Luke Skywalker. And another Star Wars figure. Can't remember this guy's name either. This is one I do remember. R2-D2. And as you can see, he's so old that his body is actually rubbed off, but this was just a print of something like that. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Needs a lot of work, him. Don't know what this little random car is. It's another He-Man figure, but this one is the standard version of He-Man. Yeah, I think my sister and I both got He-Man for Christmas at one point, and he seems to have a chewed hand. And they both got the same figures, and they had different tones of colours of boots, I remember, and that's how we always identified them. This must have been my sister's toy, because this was a more pinky type one, I think. Mine was a more kind of dark red colour. This is a headless doll. Don't know, I don't think that was mine, but you know, it's in there now. Another Star Wars figure. All Return of the Jedi here, looks of it. You've got Princess Leia. It's a bit dirty looking. What's this guy? Is this the commander from the 80ST walkers? Can't remember. 80 walker, more like, I think. Some more monsters in my pocket. Boglins. More boglins. Don't know what this little guy is. Maybe just a cereal box toy or something like that, I'm not sure. Little alien dude, he looks happy. This here is one of the horses from He-Man. I think it was called Nightmare. I had this one, and I had the other one that went with it, Stridor I think it was called. So this is like the bad horse, but I'm not sure where the other one is at this point. Let's put that over there. Slimer. And he looks like he's came off the top of a bottle. I think he's off of one of those old-fashioned bottles of bubble bath, by the looks of it. Tony the Tiger. It's great. There's tons more stuff in there, but oh, here we go. There's a Transformer here. No idea what his name is, but this big rocket sits on top of him, and yeah, I'll try and build that up later. I remember it turns into a bird, and as well as a robot, so this was like a 3-changer model, which was quite nice. And that was one of my favourites toys, although I didn't really have that many what's it called, Transformers back in the day. Yeah, I've just got tons and tons of these little boglins. This guy here, spin this, and I think his name is Skyclone maybe. Some more Return of the Jedi rejects. 2 of this guy. One Rebel Trooper. A grey Ewok. Oh, there's the last part of the band, the Star Wars band. It's the singer. Although she does get relegated to a lesser role, doesn't she? Oh no, she actually gets a bigger role, doesn't she? She does the whole song. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, what's this? Basketball. Don't know if this works anymore. I think this was a kind of knockoff version of one of the Systema games at the time, and it was just like a packet of all these games I got at one point. Basketball, great name. How did they think that one up? It's another one of them in there, and it's the Grand Prix, or as I used to call it, the Grand Prix. That one has still got a battery in there by the looks of it, so yeah, wouldn't expect that one to be working. Ah, another fat guy, yes. Trilogy of fat guys and Ghost Anakin Skywalker. This is a more modern figure that seems to be in here, and I think this must be from the early 2000s. And as I say, my mum just put all the stuff that was up in the attic into a box for me, so there might be a few more things like that in here. This is another boglin, the monster in my pocket. Tons of these little guys. Now this guy here is Sorod from the original Masters of the Universe movie. He used to make sparks. Oh, he still makes sparks. There you go. He's missing a leg, sadly, but maybe it's in the box somewhere. Let's see. You can find Sorod's leg. Oh, I seem to have another Modilock. Don't remember having two of them, but it's a nice surprise all the same. Another Emperor. Interesting. Don't remember having two of these things. And this is a Darth Vader, but I think this is a later one again from the early 2000s. Oh, this guy was, I think his name is Extender or something like that, and he stretches all the way up. Cool figure. Remember getting that one year for my birthday. This, I think this is General Raikko from Empire Strikes Back, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of his name actually. Oh, this guy used to be one of my favourite figures actually. This guy, he's a Horde figure, but I think his name's Dragster. And you would pull this thing and it would make the wheel spin, but it's kind of seized up now. So yeah, that could do with a bit of TLC, but the trouble with these figures is the paint always gets scratched on them because by nature they're on the wheel face down along the ground. So, but yeah, this had great fun with this wee figure. It's nice to see that again. Big item in here now. First part of it is He-Man's Dragon Walker. Yeah. That is a nice thing to have. No idea if it works. It's missing a few bits and bobs off of it, but still got it. Ah, okay. King Hiss himself, so it looks like I had two King Hisses as well. And again, I remember getting that for my birthday at one point. I've got what looks like an incomplete speeder bike. And these all, I think I had a couple of these, but they always get lost. The bits missing off of here, the bits missing off of here. The flaps out the back, the wee gun underneath, they just always go missing. Who's this guy? Dr. Doom. No idea what series it's from, but yeah, it's in there. And that's just the armour for one of those horses. The one that I don't seem to have anymore. Another car, BMW by the looks of it. Obi-Wan Kenobi, but that's a more modern figure. Princess Leia in disguise. So a lot of my figures do seem to be from Return of the Jedi, and that, I guess, was the time I was kind of into them. Remember this was a Spud-O-Matic, it was called. It's just a potato gun, basically. You just put the end into a potato and then you squeezed it. That's actually still moving quite well. Surprised. You shoot potatoes everywhere. There's this little guy. Another Ewok. Yeah, he's got his wee hood on at least. Getting down to the bottom of it now. Another Ewok. Chief, I think. See if there's anything interesting left in here. Let's see. It's all just little bits and pieces now, I think. Got a Princess Leia. And pretty sure the rest of it is just accessories and stuff. There's the head for that doll. Accessories, guns. There's Boba Fett. Unfortunately, his rocket does not fire, by the way, just in case you were wondering. It's another more modern figure. Shoka. Else? Any other toys? These all look like there's a couple of Power Rangers in there as well. A couple of these muscle guys. Ones in the pockets. Plenty of boglins though, and I used to buy these individually at 50p ago, and these were the wee cards that you used to get with them. It was like a kind of trumps game you could play with your mates. I remember doing that. I would say that is just about everything that's interesting in there. What's that? There's Sorrod's leg, so I do have that to repair it at some point. Random dinosaurs. Oh, this is... I think this is a Micro Machines plane. Random car to have. A sedan, apparently. 131 sedan. Yeah, I had a lot of toy cars when I was younger, but none of them seem to be in this box. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So yeah, that is a good amount of figures there. It's not as many as I remember having originally, but you know, you take what you can get when you're 40 and you haven't seen this stuff for over 20 years, and so yeah, that's a nice little haul. And I don't really know what I'm going to do with it all, to be honest with you, other than put it away up in my loft again. But you know, none of these are particularly great condition, collectible condition. They're all in well played with condition, as toys should be. But yeah, it's just nice to have this little piece of the childhood. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to show these toys off and see what you guys think of them. You know, I don't think there's anything rare there or anything like that, but you know, let me know, do you have a favourite amongst these toys? Do you have anything like this kicking around up in your attic? I do now, I guess. But yeah, thanks for tuning in again, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.